my final guess is Anastasia. So I'm going into town, well, not our town, but the one next to us, Longmont, today to do some random secret something and just wander around and get pizza for dinner and such. Hey Danielle, notice anything different about me? Anything at all? Anything? It actually is 2 for you, none for me, because for the last month or a little more, my sisters and I have not been eating candy, donuts, or fast food. As for what to write on the friendship bracelets, yeah, mine should say Sean and yours should say Gus. That's my input, because that would be awesome. Yeah. Too bad there's not a bead with a pineapple on it. Anything? I think this answers your question. No, I have not yet read The Host. You're texting me. Oh, you don't get to hear its text. My vibrate is quiet in my pocket. How would you hide? I guess if you're at the movies when you're crying, it's dark so no one notices. So I guess that's your way of hiding it. The only problem is when you walk out of the movie, you can tell you cried, especially when your face is all puffy. Sorry, your text distracted me. Okay. I have not yet read The Host, and I want to. And I have not seen Lovely Bones or read Lovely Bones yet. I was actually going to borrow Lovely Bones, and my sister didn't want to watch it. She's like, I've heard it's kind of boring. And so that's when we got the Imaginarium of Dr. Parnassus or whatever. That was a weird movie, as you know, and I just think it's really funny that a week later you texted me and said you just watched that, and I was like, no way! So your final guess is How to Train Your Dragon. I'm sorry, but you are correct! As for the 2 movies out of the last book thing, when it comes to Breaking Dawn, yeah, that is for the money. There's no need to split that book in half. There's not that much happening in it. But, I mean, that's the Twilight way, I guess. But as for the Harry Potter book, I don't think that they were necessarily only thinking about money. Because it actually makes sense with that one. Because in Deathly Hallows, there's several different kind of climax spots, but there's 2 climaxes. And there's so much happening in the book that they have to split it up or they're gonna miss out on a lot. But it's actually makes a lot of sense to me for this one because it can be so easily done. Because you have the climax, the first climax, when they escape the Malfoys, the basement in the Malfoys manor. And that's your first climax. And so you would end it at Seashell College when you would end it as Seashell Cottage when he buries Dobby, whatever. When he buries the elf. And that would be at the end of the first one, and then from there it's another story and another journey because Harry has changed since the basement in the manor and since Dobby saved him. And so the next half of the book is another story with another climax. And so actually I'm glad that they're splitting in half because that means they're not going to miss a lot of stuff. They're going to be able to pay more attention to some of the details. And it just fits better. Because otherwise it's going to be like a Return of the King or an Australia where you're like, oh, it's ending and oh, nope, it's not. And I think it's just mostly so that they can do justice to the story. Because if they didn't split it up, it would be missing a lot. Way too much, in my opinion. So, yeah, that's my opinion on the matter, and that's why I think Harry Potter's gonna work. It'll be done very easily. I don't know what the heck they're thinking with Breaking Dawn. I don't know how they're gonna split that in two. I don't know why they want to split that in two other than money. Because I thought that book was drawn out enough as it was. Of course I know who Peter Jackson is. What do you take me for? It just hurts. No, I really wanted to learn to play this on the piano for your next thing. Then I'll play my favorite. The one I was going to play on the piano is not my favorite. My favorite one I really want to learn how to play on the piano, but it's going to be way too hard. I will never learn it on time, and I just want to do this soundtrack next. So, but if you don't want to wait, I'm going to put my favorite clip from the song, or from the movie, in here, and you'll probably get it pretty dang easily, because it's pretty recognizable, and it's just my favorite, and so I wanted to make sure it got into the game, because I was afraid that even if I put an obscure one in there, you'd guess it, and I wouldn't get to play that part. So you said you could wait, but I decided it was going to take too long anyway, so I just tried what I could on the piano, very slowly. I'll play that, and then I'll play my favorite clip. Here's a game for you, Danielle. How many Lord of the Rings things can you spot in this picture? It's not all the stuff I own. I don't know where those cards I bought went, but how many Lord of the Rings things can be heard or seen in this image? Ready? I'll start showing you all of them. I'll highlight them. Did you get them all? I sure hope so, because you've insulted. I don't know if I ever told you this, Danielle, but I was a Lord of the Rings freak in high school. Not even, nope. We spoke and wrote Elvish. My email, actually, is Elvish, for Silver Horse. It's a good thing our friendship is strong. It's a good thing.